sick.
Aaron Judge, what do you think? Legit?
Legit, just
Not on the juice?
no,
No?
no. I don't think so. He's chasing those sliders outside right now, and
Yeah, he's in a little
got
bit
to
of a
give
slump. Yeah, well, I
get
think
a
the
little
whole team is
discipline.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sanchez is playing well.
Yeah, but his defense is not good.
Castro and Holiday out hurts.
Yeah, but they're going on a rehab assignment this week.
Yeah.
So they should be back next week.
Yeah,
So which is a good thing.
yeah. They
Yeah.
could go down September and do well.
You know, I tell you, with Jeter being one of the owners of the Marlins, I think he's going to help the Yankees in a big, massive trade.
Why would he do
I
that?
think their best hitter there, Stanton.
Stanton.
Yeah,
Giancarlo.
I think he's coming to New York.
Do you really?
I think Jeter's going to give him to New York.
Why would he give
with
him
about
to
3 or
him?
4 players? You're going to see that deal within the next month.
Why would he give him to him? You mean Jeter knows the organization well enough that he knows good prospects he can get for them, or is he just because he's a Yankee and bleeding Yankee,
Well, you know-
purple, whatever the hell you're
Well,
calling
you know,
it.
it doesn't matter, where Jeter is. Well, obviously.
Oh, yeah,
he owns,
he owns
the
another
but you know
team,
what,
and he's
but
gonna
right
do
here,
anything for the Yankees.
his heart is still a Yankee.
Oh, it is.
I'm walking out of
I'm telling you, his heart is always still a Yankee. I don't care what anybody tells me.
It is, and he,
Oh, geez,
he'll,
now you too.
he'll get into the Marlins.
Oh yeah, and I really think that deal is going to be in the making.
Yeah,
Right before the end of September, I think.
yeah.
And-
It could very well be.
Yeah, I mean, he give up. Was it that center fielder there that just came off the DL?
Hicks.
Yeah, Hicks, and there was like 2 or 3 other players that they were mentioning today in the paper. Said it could happen. Don't underestimate, the Yankees and the Marlins wheeling and dealing.
They're already talking
Yeah.
trade.
Yeah.
And the deal hasn't even been finalized
That's
as
right.
far as
Yeah,
ownership.
Yeah.
Boy, they're jumping the gun.
Yeah.
And welcome to the Mr. Baseball Show. Mr. Baseball is with us, aren't you, Mr. Baseball?
I am here.
Yes, he's just
Yes.
not physically here. He's somewhere in Manchester getting the straight poop about baseball. Hey, Mr. Baseball, the last time we talked, the Red Sox and the Yankees are tied, except the Yankees are on a pace to win 113 games and the Red Sox 108. The Yankees have played 6 less games than the Sox. Yeah, do you have
Correct.
anything to say about that, Mr. Baseball?
Well, of those 6, the Yanks have to win 3 and to stay even, or win 4 and they're a game ahead. When it comes down to all the games played together, both teams played the same amount of games. I mean,
You don't think the Yankees are going to win 113 games?
oh, that's going to be tough. That would be really tough. I don't think they have a pitching for it, but I hope. All I can do is hope.
You know, when you
Right.
think of great teams that got where they got, not from pitching, just from hitting, they're few and far between. I'm thinking of the Cincinnati Reds. They really didn't have many pitchers in the Reds. They had Gollett, but they lost him to the Yankees. They
Yeah,
had
he never-
Raleigh
he never-
Eastwood as a reliever,
Yeah.
but they had that team that had so many Hall of Famers on it. Would you
Yeah.
compare the Yankees to the Big Red Machine of the 70s?
I think it needs a couple of years, but yeah, and not this year. The Reds had some solid ball players, as you said, that made the Hall of Fame. So
Well, they had Johnny Bench, Pete Rose, that should have been in the Hall of Fame. They had
Perez,
the dog, Tony Perez.
Foster.
Joe Morgan, one of the greatest players of all time. So was Johnny Bench, and so was Pete Rose. I mean, those guys really
Right.
rank high. But
Yes.
when you think about the pitching, they had Lee May in 1970, didn't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
They also had our friend Pete Rose was on that team.
No, I'm talking about pitching. We all know about the hitters, but they didn't really
Oh, okay.
have pitching, did they? Although, I guess that Sparky Anderson was modern in his use of a pitching staff. He really used relievers.
Yes.
But what about
Billingsley,
Go ahead.
Billingsley pitched well before them. Billingsley, he pitched well for the Reds.
Yeah, but these aren't people anybody would remember except if you'd been around. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know. Absolutely.
I'm just wondering if a team like the Yankees can go all the way like the Reds did. The Reds probably had better pitching. They had better pitching than the Yankees do right now. Would you agree?
Yeah. Yes.
So what's
They
gonna?
swept the Yankees in '76
Yeah, but
in
that's
the World Series.
that's not the point we're talking about because the '76 team, that was a good team. But
Yeah.
the '77 and '78 teams were a lot better.
Yeah.
They had a hell of a lot of
Well,
pitching.
Well, to win it all in the playoffs of the World Series, you got to have three good pitchers.
Well, Severino's 9-2,
I know.
2.27
Well, the other
ERA.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tanaka's 7-2, but that's he's on the disabled list right now. But Tanaka, I guess he's benefiting from all that firepower.
Yeah.
Sonny Gray is a lusty 4-4 with a 4.81 ERA.
Now, he's
And
thrown two really good games in a row. And
Yeah.
what the Yankees did with him, Austin Romine made him not dawdle around on the mound to throw one pitch after another. And he became, just like Sale, he became a much better pitcher this last time out. He pitched 8 shutout innings.
no kidding.
And he did, yeah.
Well, he has a lot of
And,
talent.
He threw well. The last 2 games he's thrown well, and they've made him pitch. Don't stand out there and think
Yeah.
and all this. Just get there, get back on the mound, on the rubber, and fire. So if they can get some good stuff out of him, then they get a chance with Severino, Gray. Oh, CC, I don't know how to figure him out. Last week I badmouthed Gray and CC, and they both ended up pitching great games.
Well, maybe you
Nope.
should say something nice about them and help out the Red Sox fans. This is a
Yeah.
Red Sox town, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Dave O'Brien there of the Red Sox, the announcer, he put the Willies on the Red Sox. He said, "Well, we're going to go play the White Sox now at home, and we've got Sale, Porcello, and Price going. Good luck, White Sox." So what happens? The White Sox take 2 out of 3. Go figure. Go figure. So,
Yeah. I'm looking at a site called RotoChamp that's predicting Giancarlo Stanton, who's going to get $36,680,000 this year, will hit 263 with 30 dingers and 69 RBI. What do you think of that?
That's great.
He's at 1534, hitting 244.
yeah. He's
Disappointment?
Well, he's overpaid, no question about it.
Is he a
But,
disappointment?
here's another guy that had one great year, and then the whole world thinks he's going to be the greatest. I thought he might put up some better numbers, but
But you thought he was
No.
Christ on roller skates when you got him.
yeah.
He never really had a full
No.
season. That's the thing. But
No, I know.
what about your?
Oh, well.
What about Judge? He's at 18
doing all right.
dingers, 270,
Yeah, he's striking.
1845.
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing all right. He's on a pace for 48 home runs, I believe. And he'll have 100 ribbies and hit around 280.
Yeah, but what about Gary Sanchez? He's not even hitting his weight. He's hitting
No,
190.
he's in a huge slump.
Uh, he-
Huge slump.
he's no catcher. The idea of having him as a catcher, if you had a real catcher, your pitching staff might turn out to be a lot better. I mean, come on, this guy can hit. Make him a DH or in first or left field, you know. But catching,
Yeah.
that's a skill position. You know, somebody like Jim Sundberg, what did he win, 7 or 8 Gold Gloves? No Johnny Bench with the bat, but, you know, he's his equal as a catcher. Of course, you know, in Texas, what good was it, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, he's doing all, this great, yeah, he was one of the best fielding catchers of all time. But you have to have somebody that can catch. How
Oh,
good
I
was
know, yeah.
how good was Yogi Berra as a catcher in his prime?
Oh, he was very good. Very good. He went something like, oh God, 89, 90 games without making an error. At
Now,
one time, he was a very good catcher.
now did Casey Stengel call the games or did Yogi?
Yogi did, but he had the blessing of Stengel.
Were they close, Stengel and Yogi?
Yes, yes, they were.
Well, I know he
They're good
loved.
friends.
Yeah, I know Casey and Mickey, good old number 7, had the father-son relationship.
Right.
Now Yogi, when I was a kid, he was playing left field, but that's because you
Well.
had Elston Howard, but who
Yeah.
we had in '67. But how important
Yeah.
is a catcher? I would think
Oh,
extremely important.
yeah, he had a good tutor. He had Bill Dickey
Well, we're getting.
training him.
Yeah. Well, who does
That's why.
yeah?
Who did what?
I'm saying about Sanchez. Why is he catching?
Oh, what else are they going to do? You got to use 2 catchers, give one a break here and there. And they only have Sanchez and Romine. They don't have anything else.
You mean they can't even get a catcher out of their farm team?
No, I don't think they have. They just drafted a kid from New Hampshire, believe it or not. The Yankees did, and he's a catcher. But other than that, I don't know what's in the minor league system. I don't think they have much. So Sanchez could end up being trade bait later. We'll see.
Yeah.
He had a good rookie year, and that was about. Last year wasn't bad. He had 35 dingers, but he's not on a pace to do much this year. 13, I think, right now.
I will never get over
He's old.
that the Yankees expect to win with this kid catching. Ex-Yankees
No,
coach questions Sanchez's catching desire. You know.
His desire, huh? Oh gosh, that's funny. His own coaching staff, huh?
No, an ex-Yankees coach.
Oh, ex-Yankee coach. Okay.
I tell you, you know, this whole idea of just having bats in the lineup and the hell with defense. It only goes so far.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah.
You got
Exactly right.
You got any views about the rest of the league, American League, before we move on to the the National League?
Well, American League is looking pretty good. So that they're in, Seattle and Houston are right in it together. I think they're
Oh
tied.
yeah, Houston's a half a game behind. It's I don't know how long Seattle's going to go at it, but Houston, of course, is going to be in the final.
Uh-huh.
I think the AL Championship Series. But the Central's only got one team above 500, Cleveland.
Right. Yeah, that's a weak division. Detroit, I don't see them going anywhere. Minnesota, Chicago, Kansas City is way out, 13 out back. And, yeah, I think Cleveland should just coast through that seat this season and win the division, see what happens in the playoffs.
Well, you can't coast, you know. If you coast, you might.
Well, what I
you'll
mean,
go
what I mean is,
blown out.
I don't think that anybody can catch them. They could play almost 500 ball and still win the darn league.
Well, they're only at 547, but they're 5.5 games over Detroit, which is 5 games under. The thing is, what do you do with a team like that? Do you build it up for the playoffs?
Well, I don't know. That's a good question.
Do you even care?
Yes, that's what. I think that's why they have those darn playoffs. But jumping to the
National League
National League,
is about mediocrity.
I think Atlanta's a pretender. I think Washington will eventually pull away. I don't know. Philadelphia, I think they're a year or two away. The Mets, they start off like gangbusters, and they've really faltered.
Oh yeah, they took a swan dive. We'll give the Goose Award to them this week. But all the National League seems just mediocre this year. The Cubs aren't doing that great. Well, the Cubs are 38-25. They're over 600. I think that's the only team with a 600 winning percentage in the National League. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think they're tied with Milwaukee.
Yeah, Milwaukee. Milwaukee's a half game behind.
Oh, half game behind. Okay.
What do you think are Milwaukee's chances?
Of who?
What do you think are Milwaukee's chances this year?
Oh, well, I don't know. It's they play very well away, well over 500, and they play well at home. So then, they could do it. They seem to have a good ball club.
Hey,
more drugs, yeah.
What's the problem with the Dodgers, man?
Well, they're up over 500 finally. I don't know. Did they play last night?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. But they're sitting in third. They're 2.5 off, 3 games off, something like that. And so is Colorado. And San Diego, they're dragging tail as usual. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, the Dodgers, going back to the Dodgers, your daughter's team, except for Matt Kemp, there's not one person hitting over 300. He's hitting 338.
How about Puig? What's Puig hitting?
260 with 7 dingers. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's weak.
Oh yeah. They are just. I don't know what's wrong with them. I know they're in rebellion against the manager, and the pitching staff is hideous.
Oh, I know. Oh well.
My God, there's 2 4-game winners from the starters.
They're starters.
Yeah. They're probably setting. They got plenty of people on the disabled list too.
Yeah.
What makes a team collapse like the Dodgers?
Well, they lost. Who was it? Seager for the whole year.
Yeah.
He's a heck of a ball player. That hurts when you lose someone like that.
Yeah, but teams have lost.
Like the Red Sox losing Betts or Martinez.
Yeah, but even if you did, they wouldn't be as bad as they are. They'd still be above 500.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. To see, the all-important trade deadline in July. We'll see what some of these teams do. The Yankees need a pitcher. Red Sox could use another hitter somewhere in there, or an outfielder. Because Jackie Bradley, he's about as useless right now as Jacoby Ellsbury.
Yeah, he ought to be moved to another team, probably in the National League, where they can use him for defense, in the late innings or.
Yeah, yeah. He's just not doing much for the Sox. He had a home run the other night, but still, that's far and few in between. Far few and in between. Hey, I was listening to the morning show
Yes.
last week, and our friend Mr. Elber, the Moose,
Yeah.
was saying how he doesn't like to watch the Red Sox, he doesn't like O'Brien and everything. And I will tell you, and I can prove it to everybody, anybody listening, that he's not a good announcer. Listen to him call a game. Everything is in the future. And what drove me crazy the other day is pitcher hit a batter, and he says, and he's going to be hit by a pitch. Or that's going to be foul ball. It's already foul. You can see it in the stands. Everything's going to be. A terrible announcer.
Well, I don't listen to television announcers. If I ever watch a game on TV, I put a radio on.
Yeah,
I actually
often
do
turn on.
because TV announcers generally stink, and the commercialism of the TV announcers is beyond belief. I find radio announcers are much better because you don't have the pictures. They'll actually
Right.
describe stuff for you, which even though I'm watching it, is better than the crap that color men the color men on TV shows, baseball, unless they're good. The crap they come up with. I can't stand Jerry Remy. The stuff he comes up with, although he's gotten better, but I liked him as a baseball player, but as an announcer, I've never been that hot for him. But
Yeah.
then I was in New York, and the Yankees announcers were awful. The late Bobby Mercer was probably the worst announcer I'd ever heard.
He was terrible.
He was just terrible. And why is he there, Just because he was Bobby
I know.
Mercer? Bobby Mercer was never that much, Hey, if you're a fan of the 65 to 75 Yankees that didn't do a damn thing except hit second place
Yep.
once and swap wives, well, have Bobby Mercer there. Jesus. 81 World Series. I'm letting my anti-Yankees bias show. But the
Scooter.
Moose and I went down and saw the Red Sox whip Detroit 7-1. JD
What about Detroit?
hit a danger. We saw a game where 7-1 the Red Sox whipped.
Oh yeah, you went. You and
Yeah.
Joel went. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was a German woman sitting next to me from Stuttgart where I was stationed. So, and her friend who was taught at Harvard or worked at Harvard, he was a German too. It was a 2.5 years here, and he's a great baseball fan. We had some interesting conversations because he was a kinesiologist, and he asked me questions about how the game's changed, in the physical sense.
Oh.
And then the person sitting next to him was from Litchfield, New Hampshire, and knew me. Small world. Well, knew me because by reputation. And we had a good time that night. Joel, though,
Good.
doesn't like the Red Sox and told me he threw away all his stuff from the 1967 season. How's that? I said, why don't you sell it on eBay or something? But
Yeah.
what
62
has
bucks.
changed? Well, I told him one thing is that I think since 1950 or 1960, there's only been 2 pitchers that have been under 5'10". One of them was Elroy Face, but who still has the record percentage, the 18-1 as a reliever. I think he was 5'9".
Yeah, he was 18.
But
It
no scout
was
would.
fun.
Yeah, no scout would recruit somebody under 6 feet these days.
No. But Bobby Shantz was
5'4".
short.
Yeah,
Ron
won the
Guidry was
MVP.
only 5'9".
Yeah, won the MVP, Bobby Shantz. Then was a reliever with the Yankees. They take a starter and
Right.
turn him into a reliever. But,
That's,
it's the way
he was cruising along. He was cruising along in that 7th game of the 60 series, and that Stengel pulled him when the ball hit. Kubek in the
Okay.
throat.
Now we're going to
Yeah,
the
we gotta
19
go
back to the
through that again.
1960 World Series. We need to go down to Billy's Sports Bar and actually have a thing about the 1960 World Series, so you can get it all out of your system.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me.
Hey, how's work going? You going to be at work tonight? Tell the folks where you work.
I work at the North End Bistro at Myrtle and Elm,
Yup.
and we've got the greatest food in town. It's a wonderful dining experience. Plenty of parking. There's a parking lot across right at the corner of Myrtle and Elm, and it's great parking in the back. And if you can find it in the front, there's parking in the front. So plenty of parking.
Hey, when am I going to get my my burger?
Well, when you come over tonight.
All right. And then I'll give it a review
Yeah.
next week. Everybody that's gone there's raved about the food.
Good.
I'm gonna bring the
Good.
goose with. I'm gonna bring the goose with me.
Bring the goose. Okay.
I'm not sure if it's a goose or a gander, but maybe we
Well,
can. Maybe we'll find somebody at the restaurant. Is there any? Is it foie gras at your place? Foie gras.
raw.
The stuff that comes from a goose liver.
Oh, foie gras.
Foie gras. That French,
Yeah,
Three. Trois. Trois.
I love it.
That makes sense, huh? You
Yeah,
actually, you can't get it in California anymore. Or they can't
No?
grow it there. No, it was banned.
I didn't know that. Why would it be banned?
Oh, because it's cruel to the goose. And if you could see the look on the goose now, Mr. Baseball, your hiney might be packed the next time you come out into the studio.
So, are you telling me that the goose is alive when they take whatever they need for the foie gras?
Well, after I ate that bad hot dog at Joel's barbecue, I'm starting to hallucinate. I think everything's coming alive. And on that note, we'll say goodbye to Mr. Baseball and goodbye to you folks in the
Okay,
Queen
so long,
City.
and I'll see you next week. We'll be back on.
Keep
I think
swinging.
I have a guest. So,
Hallelujah.
I'll talk to you later.
Take care. Bye,
Talk to you later.
everybody.
Bye. Bye.
Play ball. Strike one. Strike two. Foul ball. Home run. Ball two. Ball three. It's a home run.